Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Mastak, where I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And I'm creating reciprocity.com, the sharing economy proofreading platform, where I truly believe that everybody should be able to get the feedback, skills, and wonder that they desire to become a prolific writer and scholar. So in this particular video, I really want to talk about experimenting with a video editor. I think this is going to be really fun and exciting. This is something I haven't done yet, but I'm really curious about this particular task, this particular video, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking for a team member that is going to generate value. The particular team member that I want is a video editor. So this is going to be a complete experiment. I don't know what's going to happen with this. And what I'm trying to do is sort of give you a short overview. Exactly what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto Upwork. I'm going to paste this video into Upwork, and then I'm going to see if somebody could video edit it. And then finally, I'm going to see if they can run through all of the different tasks and stuff that I want them to do, and see if they're going to generate more value than they actually cost. And they have to generate at least 25% more value. So they generate 25% more revenue than they cost within 1 month of actually hiring them. Now, I'm really excited about this particular experiment because this is a giant pain in the butt to actually go through and video edit all of this stuff. And I hate doing it. I actually like just kind of talking and getting up in front of the camera and just sort of talking about what I'm going to do. But if I could find somebody else that's going to do this to make a YouTube video, YouTube channel actually do better and actually produce more revenue so that I can actually create reciprocity.com in a more effective manner, that's going to be amazing. So what I'm trying to do, and what this is going to be, is kind of like a tutorial of how to actually get this done. It's an experiment as well as a tutorial of how to actually hire somebody onto Upwork to do this particular task. So if there's somebody else that is doing the same thing, they have a YouTube channel, they want to put out sort of video editing, this is kind of like a call to action, right? Or somebody that can actually go through and do this. So what I'm going to do, I have a script in front of me. I just typed it all up very quickly. I actually transcribe it. So I have a MacBook, and I have a pretty good microphone right here. And what I do is I just talk into it, and then it transcribes it onto a text. Onto a, whatever it is, notepad or whatever if you're using Windows. It's just basically text. And it's a lot of different text. And I'm just going to dump this into Upwork. All of this text kind of describes what I want to do as where I want to go with it and what I'm looking for. So essentially, this is going to be a trial video of going through, and then I'm also going to put the video up there, and they have to edit this video. So the video editor has to edit this video and then upload it back onto YouTube as another video. And what the cool thing is going to be an experiment to see if it actually produces value, right? So I'm going to have a control, which is going to be this video, and then there'll be the trial, which is going to be the video edited one, which will upload at one point. And then we could see if there's any differences in traffic, whether it's going to make a difference. And I suspect there'll be a difference in traffic. For sure, it'll be, they'll probably get much more traffic. However, it's going to be, it's going to generate revenue. Is it going to be worth the money to actually do this? I don't know. So that's where it's kind of a really fun experiment at this point. So why am I actually doing this? So I'm a business school professor, right? And we teach this often so I teach strategy. And one of the things that we teach and repeatedly teach, particularly with entrepreneurs, is that it's really difficult to actually do this kind of stuff. You can't do it all yourself. So you should be passing on the work to somebody else, and they should be generating value for you, however that is, because they are specializing in the thing that they're doing, right? They have They are very good at what they're doing. They have knowledge and capabilities in that particular thing. They also, they generally are skilled in whatever it is you're doing, and you just don't have enough resources. So that's what entrepreneurs have to do. They have to pass on to somebody else. And I'm looking for somebody that is going to be responsible enough and amazing enough that they could just do it all themselves, so that I don't really have to chase them around. Because I think that's really important with building a excellent team, is that they're sort of go-getters and they actually want to go through and do this kind of stuff without me having to chase them around. Obviously, I do have to monitor them. That's what I'm going to do. Upwork from time to time, because you can monitor, and that's a really cool thing with Upwork, and it's well worth the money, by the way, to actually use Upwork, because I think it's like a 20% fee or something like that, but you get to monitor what's going on. Every once in a while you can check, right, which is really important. You have to do that. I have a personal friend of mine that has many different franchise restaurants, and they set up different ways to monitor, because some people just don't do what they're going to do, and you have to check up on that. Most people are going to be amazing and they're going to do what they're going to do, but the odd person doesn't. So you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself, right? That's just good business sense. Protect yourself with some sort of contract. And sort of monitoring systems, that's called agency theory. That's a really, really great thing to do. So what I want them to do, and again, the video editor has to go through this entire video, watch what they're going to do, and edit it and do a really good job of it. So what I want them to do is I'm going to hand them this in a Dropbox, right? This entire video in a Dropbox. They're going to go through and they should do the editing of the video as well, taking out ums and ahs if they want to. They don't have to. They don't have enough time, whatever. They should also, make it look good and feel good, as well as add a text description to what's going on. So with the video editing, they should take out the chunk at the beginning and chunk at the end of the video. And you can see how terrible it is. I'll include it at the beginning and the end of this, just so you see what's going on. I'm just going to give you the entire raw video. I'm just going to upload it, and you could see. So they have to make it look nice and neat and tidy, as well as, add the text description. So going through and adding, pretty detailed text description of what the video is about. And then finally add the keywords. So search for different keywords and put them in there that hopefully will increase the value of the video, right? So other people can find it. This is a real pain for me to do this. And it takes me, probably at least a half an hour to do all of that stuff. I just do really basic, right? You can see in the older videos, I don't do a very good job of it, and I suck at it. I'm not a video editor. I don't do that kind of stuff. It's not my job. And I should be focusing on doing research and producing more research. And that's what the goal of doing reciprocity is making sure you're producing research and making it sort of a really cool platform to do that. But then as well, sort of investing time into making reciprocity itself better, trying to figure out different ways to make it better. I don't want to do this at all, right? Like, I don't want to do any of that sort of grunt work that I would consider grunt work. Video editors are going to think it's amazing because that's their job. That's what they went to school, or that's what they're sort of doing their thing is, right? But for me, I'm just like, it's so much work. I can't do this. So I thought, let's give it a shot. So what the cool thing is with this, that it's going to be a bonus for the video editor, because then they could show, oh, look at this other video. I did that, and I made this, I did such a good job that they actually produced value for me. And that's going to be a great advertisement for them, that they can actually show that this does work, and it's going to make them money, right? It's going to be a really cool sort of win-win situation. As well, it's going to sort of help me get this stuff done. I just don't want to do it. And I should be focusing on something else. So this is an experiment where you can see the before and after of really what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen. If they can demonstrate that it produces value and it's going to generate 25% more revenue than it actually cost me within a month to hire them, that's a great advertisement for them, right? That's going to really, really help them in many different ways. Or if you're watching this, it's going to help you, because you can actually demonstrate that this actually does work. It's somebody that is a noob, right? Me, or a complete idiot with this kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. If you could show, here's before and after, and actually generated revenue, that's great. That's fantastic. That's what you want to show. And it generated enough revenue that it paid for yourself and more. that is an amazing thing, right? That doesn't that is the way that you can actually sell business, and that's what you should be doing to actually sell the business, that you're producing more value than you're actually worth. And that's what everybody does, right? A football player does that. In the NFL, they're producing more value and joy and love than they're actually worth. And that's why they get paid so much, because there's so many people that are interested in this. There's billions of people that are interested in it. And if they could produce more value, then that's amazing, right? Then we'll hire them. No person in their right mind is ever going to hire somebody that is going to cost them money and not produce any sort of value. That's why CEO gets paid so much money, is because when they get hired, they actually produce money for the company much more than they're actually worth, right? Or they're actually getting paid. So that's just business, right? That's the whole point of actually hiring somebody, to sort of make life easier for you. So what I'm going to do is they're going to have to watch this entire video, go through this entire video. There's a couple of questions I'm going to ask in the Upwork description. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste this, put this into Upwork, see how it actually works. And they're going to have to tell me how many people I actually have on my YouTube channel right now, how many subscribers I have on my YouTube channel. Learned that from Eric Carmile's video. It was a good idea. As well as what am I thinking? Oh, and then they're going to have to tell me one good thing that they really like with what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, why they actually like what I'm doing. And then, one thing that really needs improvement, what they dislike with the YouTube channel. What is, I'm looking for somebody that's going to be critical, but very helpful at the same time, right? I don't want to jerk, but I also want somebody that's going to help me and develop as a person. If they could provide different ways that actually can generate more revenue, different revenue sources and stuff like that, hey, that's great. That is going to be awesome for you, right? That's going to help you actually generate more revenue than what you're worth. And I'm really curious to see what's going on. So I'm looking for the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm putting all this text and making it a giant mess, and it's really awful. Is I'm just looking for somebody that is going to have an eye for detail, and they're going to take the job seriously and really be able to take this to the next level, right? Compared to what then I can't do. So then I'm going to post this onto YouTube. And again, what I'm looking for is somebody that's going to go into a Dropbox folder, and they're going to take the video off the Dropbox folder. Then they are going to, I might actually do a couple of videos, or I might hire a couple of people. If the first one doesn't work out, I might hire another one, post that on there and see what happens, right? So what I'm kind of sorting through is finding somebody that's going to be willing to do this and is going to generate me revenue. Then, so once it's in the Dropbox folder, then they're going to, pull it, do their video editing magic, right? And then after that, it's all up to them. I'll give them some sort of access. I don't know how to do this at this moment, but I'm sure that there's ways to give them sort of access that they can go through and upload it themselves onto YouTube for me, as well as put, when they upload it, then they have to edit the video, put in pretty good titles, add the keywords that are going to be relevant, and the text description of, that's pretty decent. You could look at, for those of you who are going to video edit this and are interested in that, you could look at my older text descriptions. I literally just kind of write through what my thoughts are and things like that. And I will be doing that with my videos because it helps me come up with a script. But I also want somebody to go through and, take this seriously and see what they can do to make it better so it can actually generate more traffic and stuff like that. And then they'll just upload the video for me. And that's the entire task. That's all I want them to do at this moment, because I'm testing to see if they're going to do a good job and if it actually generates revenue. If it generates revenue for me, then great. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And I'll hand it off to them and they can generate revenue for me. That's fantastic. I could produce the content and the videos and stuff like that. And they can actually go through and do their job that they're good at, right? Because a lot of people are not going to talk in front of a video or talk in front of a camera like this. And if it continues to generate revenue, then what the cool thing is I can actually, maybe I'll invest in a better camera. I'm just using my MacBook right now, and then I can invest in a better camera. I invested in a microphone, but I want somebody else to do this. So, and that's it. That's really what I'm looking for. What are the outcomes I'm going to expect? Okay, so I'm expecting this is going to be a giant flop. Nobody's ever going to watch this video, and it's going to be totally useless, right? That is kind of the norm, right? I expect it to totally not work, and it's going to be a waste of money. All right. So every business decision that happens or every business thing that you do, it's a total waste of money for the most part. Most things don't work, right? Anything that's innovative doesn't work. And then I'm going to also expect a lot of different problems along the way and sorting through these different problems. However, if it does work and things are positive, sort of the bare minimum that's going to happen, it's going to make my life easier, at least with this one video. And that's okay, but that's not producing any value for me, just making my life easier. That's fine, whatever. I'll just keep doing these videos. The other thing that I expect, so this is the outcome of whether I know I'm actually going to continue doing this or finding a video editor, is that they will generate more revenue for me within a month than it costs for me to actually hire them off the one video, right? So that's the important thing. They have to generate 25% more revenue from that particular video than it does to cost them, because then I can actually, start, and that's only in a month, right? So that is going to be 28 days. So 4 weeks, 28 days after the video is uploaded, or after that I actually hire that particular team member, and it's uploaded. So from the day that I actually hire that team member to when it's actually uploaded, sorry, let me take a step back. So from the day that it's actually that I actually hire them and I hire the contract, and then they actually do their task and it gets uploaded and stuff like that. Within 28 days of that hiring, that moment that I hire them, they have to generate 25% more revenue than it actually costs me to do that, right? So right now the revenue source is simply through AdSense, as well as the Reciprocity website. People can pay $9.99 to get pretty decent proofreading. It goes off to the cloud, right? And somebody else evaluates that. The majority of it goes to the particular person. In fact, if you stay on the system, goes to the editor. If the editor takes money out, then the system gets 20%. So, and that might change eventually, I don't know. But basically, I'm looking for ways, and it's probably going to be more or less through AdSense at this moment, because Reciprocity is not generating any revenue at all. But if there's a way that they can figure out a way to generate revenue, then it can actually be worth the money and stuff like that, another revenue source. That's great. But generally, this is going to be a video. It's a total experiment. They're going to have to help me figure out a way to generate revenue. However it is, I don't know what's going to happen. It can be a total flop. It can cost me, it could cost me money and nothing's going to happen. I expect that's going to happen. That's for sure that's going to happen. But if they can make this video and turn it into something that's gold and actually generates revenue, and that could be an amazing advertisement for them if they can make 25% more revenue within 28 days of me actually hitting the contract. So it's going to be a win-win-win for everybody, right? For me, I'm going to make 25% more revenue than it actually costs for me to hire them. Upwork is going to sort of use this as an advertisement that this actually does work, right? And I hope Upwork actually picks this up. And you can sort of see that might actually generate revenue for them, right? That's fantastic, right? And the third thing is video editor can use this as an advertisement for them to get more clients possibly and grow their own business. So that's it. That's the whole spiel. You can watch and see what happens. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye. And here I am, right? So I told you I got to close this off at the end. The video editor has to get rid of all this junk. All right, bye.